Hey, Mr. Cody, how's it going? I'm good, thank you for asking. Good morning, Super Trooper. That was the first time it was on. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen it before. I don't even remember putting it on there. Which is weird, because they're supposed to be random, and you would have thought by now, like almost 6 months in, like, that would have popped up. But, alright, anyways, let's go. I have the splits at the end of every area, so we won't be stamping too much. And I can pause it if need be, because like I said, we're not submitting this. I just wanted time, so. It'll be interesting to see, because I haven't played, like, the first levels in probably about a week, so.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium!
Oh, that's a burb. Yep, here we go. Ooh, 45 stream streak, going streaking. Congrats on that, Gray Fox. It's just like empty spaces and fruit everywhere. They were all like this. Platforms that don't fall. Yeah, we gotta remember to get the frogs that don't jump. Gotta get the bees so we can continue. It's just silly to me. Okay. Let me get it. It's right here. There it is. Okay, now we can continue. I don't get why that is. Good. Had the rest of the week off from work. Very nice. A little vacation.
We're going streaking!
120 stream streak, Super Trooper. Thank you for that. The community challenge is live too, so if anybody's interested in that, giving away a dungeon crawler Carl. I always mix that up, book and goodies. Oh, pretty impressed. I made it almost through the second level before I died. Oh. I was hoping like a platform was going to rise up there and save me. It did not happen. That wasn't so hard. Hey, Firefighter, thank you for the GLs. Hope you're having a good one. Wednesday already. The Memorial Day thing like really threw me off. This week is flying by now. Ugh. Thought I could get a hop in there. Easier just to take the bat out before I jumped over the fire. No, the first eggplant. At least we got to the checkpoint. Maybe it'll just get bored with us and leave us alone. Yeah, it did. Didn't leave us with any health, though. Go, 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 Higgins! Oh! Right there! Hey, Hiker Roman. Sorry if I butchered that. Yes, this is definitely a classic, a very early NES release. Okay. And we were so close to getting to the goal there. I would have had like one more bar of health. I had it. Unless the people don't try and just call me Roman. I was gonna call Haika, because that was the first thing I saw out of that, but... yeah, sorry if I butchered it. Right. So, these levels, if we can keep the axe, it's gonna greatly benefit us. Maybe not so much at the beginning here, but once we get into the later levels... these are brutal. And we also have to keep the pace going, too. Oh, we dropped a Famicom controller. Sweet. Punk said those things are coyotes. I looked at the manual. I think like the big like part with the face is what that was. Their mouth open supposedly. Oh, weapon upgrade. Sweet. I don't think I've ever had this going into a boss fight. Let's see if this goes any quicker. Let's go. Let's say he doesn't shoot, but he does. I'd say that went a little bit quicker. Alright, 1 down, 7 to go. That only took almost 8 minutes. I was thinking of playing this for a while now. I recently played Super Adventure Island 2. I haven't played that one. Is it good? This is like really the first Adventure Island game I've ever played. And it's a doozy. It's a hard one. Maybe that's good, because then all the other ones seem a little bit easier. Yeah, I think Super Adventure Island 2 on the SNES is like a super expensive game, isn't it? Like a couple $100. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, usually, well, I don't know. You know, I've been saying that about Game Boy games, and then they've been kicking my butt the last, like, month, so I'm not gonna say... usually the newer the game, the easier it is. So. Lips are sealed. Oh, I thought I took it out, but it takes 2 hits. I really do know how to dodge a frog. I don't want to waste like time taking these guys out unless I absolutely need to. Skateboard. Invincibility. My buddy sold me a Famicom game. It's like it's weird. I think you play as that fairy, if I remember right. Like, it takes place in the Adventure Island universe. I couldn't tell you what it's called, or what it even looks like. It's over there somewhere. Played it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of weird. One more section. Oh, big fish. Oh, another big fish. Made it. Hop over it. Hop over the frog? Oh, I see what you're saying there. Probably should have just slowed down there and took everything out. Thank you for the drums. I know you like the drums. That one deserved it. That was pretty bad. Oh, I missed that axe. Free dad jokes from Super Trooper this morning. Oh, come on, Rob. This is how it starts. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like a bug or fairy. Yeah, I think you got it there. I just remember he brought it into the store. Like he's really getting into comics, so he was getting rid of like a lot of his NES stuff. By non-NES stuff, I mean like non-American like NES stuff. So like Famicom, he had a PAL NES and stuff. He's like, yeah, this game's made by Hudson, and it's like kind of like Adventure Island. So it's like, okay, I don't know. It's probably pretty good. I just haven't given the time to like dig into it. Yeah, this is not going to end well. Oh, good, it's gone. I forget that you get like a free hit with a skateboard because I usually end up falling in a pit with it. It's gonna be difficult remembering which eggs have the eggplants in them in later levels. That's probably gonna cost us a few lives. Alright, level done. Definitely like a spin-off. Higgins is a menace. Higgins is something. Good morning, Acer. Yep, we're running the clock this morning. No save states. I'm sure there'll be plenty of continues, though. Maybe some swearing along the way. I think we're probably going to be good until, like, level 6, and then, like, I think things are going to probably be coming off the rails pretty quick. We got... Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, Heika. We're gonna go with Heika. There's something there. Something there. What is it? I don't know. Never mind. We don't need it. We have a skateboard. Like how he puts a helmet on, like that's gonna protect him.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
One more area. Really a good thing I dumped the skateboard. This part was pretty tricky. Without a skateboard. Streaking. 7-stream streak. Congrats on that, Acer. Through the quad and into the gymnasium. You can bring your green hat. To be safe. And it's hard to explain with that helmet that he puts on, and I know it's probably because it's like white because of his hat that he wears normally. To me seems very 80s. I don't know why that is, but very like traditional, like old school Tony Hawk helmet. That just could be my imagination though. Who's gonna drop it? Yeah, Famicom controller. Wonder how many kids, like the first time they rented this game and killed one of those things, were like, that doesn't look anything like a Nintendo controller. Ooh, that one jumped. Racking up all these points like it's gonna matter. As hard as the platforming is in this game, at least the bosses are easy. Although I would, I don't know, kind of prefer to have it the other way around, because then you're just learning 8 bosses instead of 32 levels. He's definitely got his steps in. Oh yeah, those short little legs are working. Find that stamp. There we go. These little game systems are slowly fading away with memories. Newer generations, I think. Yeah. Yeah, gotta keep the old stuff alive, right? Also, too, like, they haven't really made, like, a new Adventure Island game in a very long time, have they? I don't even... Is Hudson still a thing, even? Oh, no, Higgins! I actually think a 3D open world Adventure Island game could be pretty interesting, actually. Like you're on a big island and then you can like use the skateboard to like travel around faster. It's kind of all there. Oh! Oh! Oh. Yeah, every game gets a remake. Yeah, I mean, I will probably get to it at some point. I don't have it in my collection, actually. I think I just have Super Adventure Island. I have 1, 2, and 3, and then I think the Game Boy game. I try to, even though I have, like, the ROMs, I prefer just to play the games that I have. I don't know why, it's just like a thing. But it's not to say I won't have it at some point. Mighty Final Fight just came into the store on Sunday, so it's an NES game I don't have. I'm pretty excited about that. And also Freedom Force, which no one knows of, and it's like a Zapper game. Didn't have that one either. Oh. Platforms are not lining up like they should. Yeah, I'm super excited. I only had a, oddly enough, and I don't even remember where I got it, a boxed Famicom copy of Mighty Final Fight. No, now I have the US one. It's sitting at the store, I just gotta get it cleaned up. There we go. No lives left. And we get to do that all over again. Yeah, original hardware. Not that I play the games, though. I still put them off a flash card. Just because I'm lazy. And save states, for when I'm learning them. What was that? We'll never know. It's nothing, apparently. Yeah, I died there last time too, didn't I? Those platforms don't start moving until you get pretty close to them, and I think that's what like throws me off every time. Like I think they're just gonna fall, so I like run quick and try to jump over them, or jump off of them right with one hop. Higgins picks up Milk, I think of Will Ferrell from Anchorman, where he's like in the 90-degree San Diego heat. It's like, Milk was a horrible choice. I gotta imagine it's probably like 90 degrees where Higgins is because he's on a tropical island, so maybe it's coconut milk or something. I say, I know that boulder's coming. Like how these just stop falling like every like fourth one, so you have time to catch up. In the last level, it's like, no, they're all falling, and then we're gonna put some bats in there too, so you gotta like hit those. We're just gonna play the old Sega game called Chakan Forever Man. The game is brutal. Yeah, that was I think I have that game, but I've never played it. A very early, like, doesn't it have, like, the grid, like, background? Like, I don't want to say launch Genesis titles, but, like, the early ones? You know what I'm talking about? How they all had that same, like, layout? There was, like, a grid, and then there was, like, a picture in the middle of the game. And after a while, they just went to, like, full cover art with whatever people wanted on there. Or whatever developers wanted on there. What's going on here? These levels seem like they're going by so fast. I can go. 2 of them. And a frog. I don't remember this part at all. Going up and down on the hills here. Guess I didn't need to go back and get that pineapple. Sent you TikTok and Messenger that has great 80s Saturday sound effect. Okay. Back at it. Hey Glee, yeah, we're back at it. Just step away. Alright, sounds good. Yes, nice meeting you two. Have a good day. Feel free to stop by anytime and chat it up. I love having good chats with people. And thank you for the follow. Yeah, Glee, we are back at it with a clock this time. Yeah, that platform falls. Yeah, now we have to do this without a hammer. Ace, so you're saying that's a sound effect I should add to my repertoire? Ooh, that was nice of them. Bad timing. That was our last life anyway, though. Maybe we'll have to put that on the weekend rental. I think I have that game. Yep, I see it. Never played it. I don't know, every time I put Sega games on the 2-day rental, nobody votes for them though, so... No love for the Genesis. Saturday morning cartoons. I have like 8 buttons on my Stream Deck, so... anything more than that, I'd have to get like a soundboard. I guess you can have different pages, though. I haven't really played around with it too much. Just printed a new stand for it yesterday that tilts it a little bit. The one that comes with it, it lays back like that, so you're like always looking over it. This one's a 20-degree increase. Come on, line up, please. Thank you. Getting tougher. Altered Beast. Hey Neo, good morning. How are you today? Never could get very far in Altered Beast. But that's like one of those Genesis games that's like really close to an arcade port. So you have like 2 continues and that's it. There's probably only like 5 levels to that game though. Just remember as a kid thinking like that's really cool that you actually get to change into a beast. I actually remember playing that game in the arcade too. It was a pretty popular arcade game. Never had it as a kid on the Genesis though. Maybe my cousin had it, maybe I played it there. Bananas were tempting me. Herbs. Go, Higgins. Run. Yeah, Altered Beast is a great game. But very, like I said, very arcadey. That's why I kind of went back when Heika was like, oh, it's probably easier being an SNES game, and it's like it's not always the case. Like I had Sunset Riders as a kid on the Super Nintendo, and I could never get past it because they only give you like 2 continues. Got lucky there. But I loved playing that game in the arcade. It was like one of the all-time go-tos every time I went to the arcade was Sunset Riders. Interesting. Maybe if I played that game now, like I could probably get through it. No, come on. He only attacks when I provoke him, so I guess that was my fault for throwing hammers everywhere. Freaking Higgins, right? Now we lost the... Now we gotta do this. Now we gotta do it like legit. Let's see, you're dodging spiders. And pigs. Maybe not. They're helping us out. In the later levels, they don't, though. If this was like Area 7 or 8, there wouldn't be a hammer to be found. Oh, some murder of crows. No Famicom controller. Yeah, I knew that was going to be coming up pretty soon. I was thinking to myself, man, we're getting lucky with these eggs. Come on, keep giving me fruit. Some milk. Oh, never mind. Well, that's one way to get our health back. I thought there was something wrong with the game the first time, like I ran by those snakes and they didn't shoot at me for like, I don't know, probably the first 2 hours I've played this game. Like, they always shoot at me, and then I realized, like, they don't shoot at you until you shoot at them. And clunk. It's going to start going downhill very soon. These splits are going to turn into like hour splits, probably. Yeah, why not? I like to live dangerously. The lack of temporary invincibility when you get hit in this game still gets me. I think there'd be like at least a second where I wouldn't take any damage. Oh, they must have left that on the cutting room floor. Well, we can have coyotes that drop Famicom controllers, or we can give you temporary invincibility. Well, the Famicom controllers would be pretty cool. Also, always forget I can throw hammers on this thing, too. Not that matters, I died in the same spot. You know what? We're not picking that skateboard up anymore. It's not a good idea. Come on. Of course, we're in our last life, too. Okay, I didn't shoot, dude. It's not cool. Maybe it's just because I have the hammers? Whoa! That's where I didn't have enough momentum to make that jump. Alright. I think I'm gonna get a fresh set of Higginses here before we attempt this next part. Like how it says 1, but up in the corner it says 0. Yeah, I guess we're gonna try it, huh? I feel like I've died there like 3 times already. Need some food. Thank you. Oh yeah, we can to do that in one of the later levels. Wow, we made it. Do we roll the dice again and try to go through another level without dying? Nice. Yeah, no. Oh, I can't even kill myself, I guess. I remember being able to run through most of those spikes, but then I hit a point where, like, you can't do that anymore and you get hit. So I think that was the part, so we're just going to start taking it slow here. We have all of our lives. As long as we get to the checkpoint and we respawn, we'll have full health, so... It's probably not what I want, so we're just going to leave that. Yep. Hey, Chris. Good morning. Good. So we're running it with the clock. We finished it yesterday with save states. It was rough. It's going to get rough today, I'm sure. But we'll get through it. Ooh. This might be hammer. Oh, yeah, it is. Cool. Alright, now we gotta stop over here. Oh, Higgins! Oh! First attempt on Saturday. Awesome. It's not bad. It's fair. I mean, there are some tricky parts, but I think once you learn the tricky parts, like, you should be able to plow through it. Ice levels, they're fun too. No, honestly, like the first, like, I would say probably like 5 or 6 areas I was fine with, and then it got really, really tough. This again, see if I can remember where to slow down. It's the Magnum P. Every time I say Higgins, think of the show that Ferrari. Hammer. Let's really... No, Rob. What are we doing? We're only on area 2. It's weird because it's like you need to build up enough momentum to make the jump, but you don't want to build up too much momentum because then you can't stop. I think I had some trouble with this area before. Like when we were playing through it the first time. Let's go. Want to see what's in here? Milk. These platforms are made of ice too. Ooh, okay. Died there before. We're in uncharted territory for this run. No, 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 no! Oh! I didn't know that was coming up after the flames. it too. I have the rounds and areas mixed up. Sorry if I do. Thanks, Kim. I'm sure it's going good. Yeah, we took in a really, really good trade Sunday. Like, probably like at least 60 or so PS1 games, like really good stuff. They dual disc Resident Evil, which I've never seen before. And then like a whole bunch of like RPG games, like the double disc ones. Yeah, so it's pretty cool to see all that stuff come in. And he had like box 64 games, and he had some NES carts. A couple which I didn't even have, so that was like crazy to see. Usually when people bring in NES games these days, it's like, oh, I have all that stuff. Oh, yeah, we in here, right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we're doing good. We're ready for summer. Like, so once all the kids get out of school, this is gonna be tough. No. We get busy like during the day more. So like right now with all the kids in school, like the first couple hours at the store are usually pretty slow, which is fine because then I can get caught up on stuff. But yeah, when summer comes, then it's kind of just like steady all day, and it's nice because then there's always people there to talk to. But yeah, I would think probably next week, maybe something here. No, I guess not. I don't know when Oshkosh gets out of school. I think my daughter has like 2 weeks left or a week and a half left. Her last day is my birthday, so next Friday. Pretty close to not making that jump. I wish we would have got past this level. It helps if you press really hard on the D-pad left, like, he stops faster. I was hoping the bird was going to fly over my head. Oh yeah, we have some Famicom stuff. Nothing crazy. But yeah, there's some cool games. Like, I think we have the original Goonies right now. It's kind of cool to see, because we never got that over here. Second time that burp got me. Salamander? I don't know. I don't think so. I would recognize that card if we had it. Let's get through this. Come on. I remember if we make it to that fire, that there's an icicle on the other side of it. See, now I tensed up my body there, and that's what helped Higgins stop. Pro tips. Boy, it would be great if I had a weapon. Yeah, we have Duck Hunt. Yeah, I think we have the, just the standard Duck Hunt cart, and then we have the Mario Duck Hunt cart, and I think we have the Track and Field Mario Duck Hunt cart, too. We also have like 10 copies of Bases Loaded if you're looking for that one. It's probably like the most common NES game out there. Apparently everybody had Bases Loaded except Rob. Rob never had that as a kid. be running through these or we're gonna run out of health. I always think about that as the last spike. We should probably go. Oh, there's milk here though. Ice cold milk. Ugh. This is going to be a lot easier if we can keep the hammer through this. Let's get that carrot though. Delicious ice cold carrot. We had more health. Stink. Alright, way to go, Higgins. I heard if you jump while you play, yes, absolutely. Because it's a great game to have out as a demo unit. Yeah, I didn't even think about that at the store. That would be pretty sweet to have out. I only learned like 2 years ago that player 2 can control the direction of the ducks. I didn't know that was a thing. Shoot some ducks. Check out the hollow yet. I did not. Sound win the stage. Yeah. The sounds I'm making to get through the stage, or the sounds Higgins makes when he finishes the stage. Trying to get caught up on chat, but like also keep going at the same time. So. Oh no, we lost the hammer. Pigs. Pigs. Next Modern Monday. Modern Retro Mondays were not going over well, so I kind of put them on the back burner. I'm nuts for trying to do this with one life. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I need a different approach to them, I don't know. Like, I had a lot of fun with Unmetal, and I think people liked that one, but it was also very funny and very 8-bit-y. But then, like, other games like There Is No Game, I had a lot of fun with, because I like point-and-click games, but that was kind of a flop as far as streaming goes. So. I was trying to think of like something else we could do on Mondays, because I don't want to do like Project NES for like 4 days out of the week. I think that would be too much. Could do like a flawless thing. Had a lot of fun doing the Contra Deathless. That was fun. Got that Castlevania cart last week. I was like, oh, maybe we should do Castlevania without dying. It's gonna take a little bit of research and practice though. I can get through that game, but I definitely take damage in it. Plus, it would really suck to get to the Knight/Medusa head part, like right before death, and not have that line up right. So you're playing through like 5 levels of the game or something, whatever it is. So I remember Fox told me I can run through those, but I remembered it after I stopped. I probably should have just took my time through there. Nice. Get that fruit. Tricky. Crazy Challenge Monday? Yeah, I'd be down for it. What would the challenge be? Dad joke for simple? Alright, we can do that. Let me get through this level. I'll grab it for you. You can just pause the timer, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not submitting this run or anything. I just want a time. How did I not die there? Jumped in the fire. Jumped in the fire! It's like a mix between Zelda and Castlevania. Well, that sounds good. Mr. Higgins is based on a Japanese button mash champion. I did not know that. Alright, let's run do this. Boom. Alright. Dad joke for simple. Here we go. Hopefully it's better than what I told yesterday. Doesn't even make sense, but here we go. Why did the clown wear loud socks? So his feet didn't fall asleep. Oh, we're doing this too? Alright, let's go. I was wondering, you guys have kind of forgotten about the whole retro gamer quiz. Move OBS over here. Alright, whoops, what's going on here? This was the last one. I forgot to turn it off. Alright, so what's going to happen here, for those of you who are new to the stream, is I'm going to pull up a category for Super Trooper, and then I'm going to show them something on the gray box in the middle here. He's going to have 2 minutes to answer the question. You guys can help out, because if he gets it right, I donate $1 to Extra Life, which is the charity that I support. I don't have any mom jokes, sorry. Plus, if I did, they probably wouldn't be PG. So feel free to help out Chad if you know the game and he doesn't, or you could steer him in the wrong direction too. Well, who am I to tell you how to live your life? Do what you want to do. If it's an audio, it can be repeated, and I do need the specific game title. So if, like that was Castlevania. If he said Castlevania, I would say it was Castlevania, but if it was 2, I would need him to say Castlevania 2 or 3. So, all right. Well, he's listening with the last question we did was, because it's been a couple days. All right. So your category is going to be Death Sounds. Sounds of characters dying in NES games. That's the other thing, too, is all of these questions are from NES games. So it's a little hint from me to you. Right. Okay. All right, Super Trooper, I'm going to pull it up. As soon as I pull it up, it's going to start playing. It is an audio question, and then I will start the timer. So best of luck. Here we go. I'll play it a couple times. Now that is the sound of character dying in a NES game. That one is tough, yeah. Well, Glee, if you know it, help out. You guys have a streak going. You haven't gotten one of these wrong yet. Yeah, Scalico was on the NES. Hey, Outlet Mall, how's it going? Yep, Chet can help out. He's got 45 seconds. Doesn't sound like he knows it, so... It's for the kids. It's for charity. I don't care if you guys get it or not, but... Okay, so we have that. 25 seconds, Super Trooper. All right, Super Trooper says Mega Man, and he is absolutely right. Congratulations, Super Trooper. Maul helped you out. There might have been some other people who knew what it was, too. So, Yep, it was Mega Man Death Sound. I would have probably accepted any Mega Man game because I think it's used in like other Mega Man games, and I didn't really think about that before I made it. So I was going to be pretty lenient on that one. All right, and the kids should be cheering in a second here, hopefully, maybe. The internet must be running slow today. There it is. All right. Congratulations, Super Trooper and chat. Nice job. All right, we're getting back to this. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't know if it was used in other Mega Man titles or not. So that sound tie-in, maybe. All right, let's go. Now I have to jump right back into this after that awesome dad joke and trivia. How is this fair? I was gonna like drop the hint of like, well, this is a game we played already on Project NES, but I didn't want to give you the hint. I'd rather have the chat help out. That was only the first area. Great. Did it again. Oh, really? I like Breakout, but I've never played it on the Atari. I had Alleyway as a kid on the Game Boy. That was probably the closest thing I had to that. Arknoid. Three. Yeah. This fairy kind of trolls us a little bit, doesn't she? We get to the end and there's all kinds of crap going on. Here. Trying to think how to get through that. I have to stop before I jump over those rocks. Come on, Higgins. Oh, come on, dude. Yeah, now we made the checkpoint, but we don't have any lives. We gotta get a lot of fruit here. It'd be a lot easier if I had a weapon. A lot easier. Hey Vic, how's it going? Good morning. Thank you for stopping by. I don't even know if there's a hammer in this level. get to checkpoint 4. I think that would be a good goal for the first life here. Okay, that worked out nice. That's tricky. I don't think there's any way I can jump all 3 of them either. I wonder if I just keep running and not grab the fruit, like if I could make it through this. It's like the exact same jump I did the first time when I died there. Alright, let's try it. Let's just book through it. Oh, Higgins, run. Look at that. I think that's what I did last time, too. Right. Oh! Well, we know for next time. Hopefully there won't be a next time, but if there is... I'm trying to think of what killed me here before. Oh, never mind. There we go. Thank you for the GG's, Vic. Area 5. Every time I fight one of those bosses, I don't know, today this just popped into my head, but every time I fight one of those bosses and defeat it, I think of Dumb and Dumber. When they're talking about Petey the parakeet, it's like, yeah, his head fell off. He was pretty old. Is it a ring? I don't even think I've seen one of those before. It was just points anyway, but... Higgins gets some bling. Why didn't we get, like, more lives? Should have just, like, continued. Just so happy to make it through the last level. Should have been looking for the clouds. Pretty bird, pretty bird. I just thought he was real quiet, that's all. That movie. Man, that movie. So I read this thing on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. This is like maybe a month ago, I just found this out. That the guy who wrote that movie or directed it, and I don't know his name, I apologize for not knowing that, because I probably should. Dumb and Dumber I'm talking about. Wanted Woody Harrelson to play Harry. And they were hanging out and they were playing a game of pool, and basically Woody Harrelson's like, yeah, if I win, I'm not going to do it, but if I lose, I'll do it for you. And Woody Harrelson's like, that was like the only game of pool I ever regret winning in my life. I think he would have played pretty good. Pretty good Harry. Not that Jeff Daniels didn't. Okay, so it wasn't a ring this time, it was this thing. Oh! 2 hits. 2 hits on the Blue Octoroks. Oh yeah, Kingpin was a great movie. Radium, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, and I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for hanging out and watching me stumble through some Adventure Island. It's like I killed by the first frog, I see. Same directors? Okay. Yeah, it's been probably 20 years since I've seen Kingpin. I used to have that on VHS. I was probably way too young to be watching that movie, too. So that might be why Woody Harrelson was in Kingpin then, because they were friends or whatever it is. So there might be some truth to that, I don't know. Yeah, I could pretty much at one point, like, quote every line from Dumb and Dumber. Probably still could. I've seen that movie way too many times. Yep, same platform that got me last time. And game over again. Grrr. Let's just do this on one life. We'll just keep the axe the whole time. That'll help. I even know what clouds to look for, too. I'm just choosing not to do it. They have a darker blue on the bottom of them. Like that one. And this one. Probably best that I lost the skateboard before the birds came. Look for that platform, Rob. There it is. It's coming up. Here we go. Yeah, that was easy, wasn't it? Just have to pay attention. Hey, Speedy Cat. It's kind of a cheap shot there, too. Don't... Yeah. Yeah, there is. I just was choosing to ignore it, so I'll show you next time we do a cloud level, or I'll explain it again for anybody that wants to try to tackle this game. To be fair, though, I didn't see it until probably like 5 hours in of playing through. But that's just how this game is. It's weird, like the proximity for the fruit, like you don't have to be anywhere near it, but the proximity for those lifts, like you have to be right next to them to get them to start to move. Well, this one's not going to move, okay. Oh, I have to be on it, apparently. There's birds. Yeah, this game is full of cheap shots. Rob, you should play Mina on stream. Yeah, you guys keep talking about that game. We could kind of do it as like a chill, like fun Sunday thing, too. I want to try that new Little Nemo game, too. Wow. How do we make it through that? Come on. Dude. Sitting there hiding behind your rock. and he's got a buddy. Can't forget to hold right when I press start or we're going to lose all the progress. I don't, out of all the things in this game, I think that's the thing that eats at me the most is why they had to do it that way. Like, you have to find the B in the first level, and then you have to hold right if you want to continue. Like, just let me continue. I really want to get through this because I don't know how many times I'm going to get lucky jumping between those two birds. Dude! Get out of here. And your buddy, too. Oh, cool, let's throw a boulder in there. It's starting. I can feel it. Shenanigans are starting. Come on, that was there. I guess I could just jump over him, right? I don't need to shoot him. And they only should be shooting at me if I... Yeah, we need a dad joke, Simple. You're not wrong there. Let's get through this. Get Bob to settle down a little bit. Yeah, it was way easier than trying to take out those stupid snakes. Just walk past them. I was really expecting that platform to move. Oh, that was close. We gotta be getting close here. Oh, come on. Wouldn't mind a mom joke either. There was I found a really funny thing when I was printing the stuff for the Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't know why I can't say that. And it was a mom joke. It was an achievement unlocked. It was a mom joke. It was something like the last time the room shook that hard, your mom was in there, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went. It was funny, and I was going to print it off, and I was like, no, I don't want to take it that far. So I found some other cool stuff to print off. All right. Some of these are just not good. I'm going to go back to the middle of the book. All right, so two melons wanted to run away and get married, but then they realized they can't elope. Oh. Well, if we die, at least we know where the eggplant is. Higgins' most unfavorite food, eggplant. And then there's a troll skateboard after it. Oh, yeah, it was. I know you're really not LOLing over there. That joke was pretty bad. So when I was trying to die before and just running through it as fast as I could, I got past it. This time I'm taking my time and then I get hit. I really gotta find a new dad joke book. So sorry, you knew that was there. I was looking on Amazon for something yesterday. I actually don't remember what it was, and this thing popped up. It was like a bunch of dad jokes, but there's 60 of them, and they're in like a jar. Yeah, we're just gonna die. And they're in the shape of ties, and every day you're supposed to pick one out, and then like on the back of the tie is the joke. The sample ones that they had on the listing looked better than the ones I've been reading on stream, so that might be a way to go. I prefer to just have a book and not have to like pull a tie out of a jar to read a dad joke. Oh, come on. I think this might have been where we were. I don't want to say yesterday. Just trying to hit that frog. Alright, and then we're gonna grab a fresh set of lives because we've died twice already and we're not even at the first checkpoint. Yeah, it's got to be up there. I don't know. Like, I mean, how do you rank difficult NES games, right? But, I mean, it's got to be up there. I mean, yesterday, I was spent. I'm not going to lie. Like, when I got done streaming yesterday, like, I was shot. Like, I didn't want to think about games or play them or anything. My nerves were wrecked, too, from, like, all the crazy jumps that we made. And I feel like we got lucky through some of it, too, so... really going to be against it here once we get to, like, 7 and 8. But maybe it won't be so bad, because we did play through it once and we kind of know, but it's also me, and I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so... Okay, hopefully you don't lose too much health there. And they kind of, like, the last two areas kind of repeat. That's a skateboard. They just add more stuff to the levels, so it's kind of the same basic layout, which kind of helps too. But it's still ridiculously difficult. Troll fruit. So maybe it's the last 3. I feel like we were on 6. Seeing all this stuff yesterday. Alright, milk. Nice. What is considered a good dad joke? I don't know. I like the... I had a dream that I was drowning in an orange ocean, but then I woke up and it was just a fantasy. I think that one's pretty good. It's usually the dad jokes that I hear not from that book are a lot better than the dad jokes in that book. Somewhat straightforward. Yes. Yeah, where Super Pitfall is more like a maze, this is, yeah, just get to point A and point B. It's just super difficult to do so. And it's the way it's put together is like in an evil genius type of way. So like, I was saying yesterday, like, it would be way easier just to put a timer in the upper right corner like Mario Brothers and count it down from 1,000. But no, they have this, like, thing where you have to pick up the fruit and keep moving along, so you can't really, like, stay on one area and figure it out for too long. Like, oh, how am I going to make this jump? And then, like, with the resources they have in the game, the way they laid them out, it's, like, crazy good. Like, there's this jump coming up in Area 7. Like, you can't just make it by jumping over it. You have to have momentum from the previous jump to jump through it. It's crazy. I'll point it out when we get there. Plus, I'm sure I'm going to die like 10 times on it. Fox Force 5 joke is a dad joke. Ketchup. That one? Oh, Super Trooper, you made me get the eggplant. I blame you for that. So there was... back when I was a cable guy. Oops, no sun. Back when I was a cable guy, this was probably like the first year I was doing cable stuff. And when I say I was a cable guy, I did everything from like install cable boxes to run wires in houses to go up on the poles and all that stuff. So I started in like probably July. Keep that thing. All right, we're gonna get fresh lives. I started in July, and I was on my own by like September, October, like that area, which is in Wisconsin is fall weather. And I remember it was probably late October, maybe early November. I was disconnecting somebody back then. Like they still had analog cable going through the lines, so you didn't always need a cable box to get TV. And I was up on a pole, and it was windy, and it was cold, and it had to be like at least 25 feet up in the air. I gotta stop doing that. I'm trying to tell my story, and I keep hitting the eggplant. At least 25 feet up in the air. I'm hanging on for my life because it's windy. I'm strapped in, like you have like a belt, and you wrap it around the line. And I'm doing this disconnect, and I'm on one side of the street, and on the other side of the street is this guy, and he's out in his driveway, and he's emptying the gas out of his lawnmower, which is a common practice in Wisconsin with the weather because it freezes, so you don't want the gas lines to freeze in the lawnmower. It's like a push lawnmower, right? So he's got like an old ice cream bucket. He's dumping the gas in there, and he's got this dog with him, black lab, like super energetic, running around, has the zoomies. I gotta stop doing that. Dog's just out doing its own thing in the yard. The guy's emptying his lawnmower, dumping the gas in the driveway. I'm kind of taking it all in while I'm trying not to like fall off the pole and die. And I don't know what it was. Whatever the case was, I don't know what happened, but the guy got up. Like, I don't know if his phone was ringing in the house or whatever it was. So he got up and he left the lawnmower, left the gas, went into the house and just completely disappeared. Well, of course, as soon as he leaves, the lab comes over and it starts lapping up the gas. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And I'm screaming, I'm trying to yell at the dog, but I'm like on the other side of a busy street and I'm way up in the air and it's windy and there's no way anybody could hear me. So the dog starts drinking the gas and then it just starts taking off like all over the yard. Just craziness. And all of a sudden it just dropped over. It ran out of gas. That's a dad joke. Okay, I really gotta stop getting the eggplant. I have no excuse this time. I was trying to tell the dad joke before. You also live in Wisconsin, worked for a cable company, which was named Charter Communications when I worked there. Yeah, I was there when it was Time Warner. No, I was like legit a cable guy, but that story completely fictional. There was not a lab that drank gas and then got the zoomies and died because it ran out of gas. Yeah, so when I started there, it was Time Warner Cable, and I was there for 15 years. But yeah, they had the buyout was happening right as I was leaving. I got you though, didn't I, Super Trooper? I got you with that one. Yeah, it was horrible. I don't know how I did it for 15 years. When I started, it was a good opportunity. They had a pension. They had 2 shifts. They had a Monday through Friday, 11 to 8. 11 to 7 maybe. It was probably 11 to 7. And then a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. But the 8 to 5 shift was reserved for the guys that had seniority. So it was, you get in there and you work for a while and then you'll get on the early shift and all will be good. Tried. I thought I was safe there. And I remember busting my butt for a year and a half, and I finally got on the early shift. And then the very next week, they're like, "Yeah, we're changing the schedules for everybody. We're going to 410s." And the 410s were either Sunday through Wednesday, 8 to 7, or Wednesday through Saturday, 8 to 7. So yeah, that sucked. And then it went downhill from there. And then Rob realized that he wasn't happy and decided he wanted to open his own video game store, and hasn't looked back since. Alright, we need to lock in here though. They encouraged us to do pull connects, but it was a safety concern. We did discos and wall boxes. Yeah, so when I started, this was, the store's been open for 7, so man, this is crazy. I'm saying this over 20 years ago is when I started working there. They still had analog cable going through the lines. So when you had non-pay disconnects, which were people who never paid their cable bill, you actually had to go and physically disconnect them up at the pole because they were still getting cable. They could turn off boxes and they could turn off modems and stuff like that, but they couldn't couldn't turn off like analog TV. And of course, people were still using it, so they figured out you can just disconnect the box and still get some cable, even though you're not paying. So yeah, and then that went away. My stint there, everything went digital, and then that was a whole nother headache. There's like super old cable lines that hadn't been touched in forever. And then I became a service tech, and then when you do that, you're on call sometimes. We're not going for the troll fruit. So you had to pick like 2 holidays a year to work, and they had this like lottery thing. So like I would always try to pick like Labor Day and Memorial Day, because those are like kind of like laid back holidays versus like the 4th of July or Christmas or Thanksgiving. So you'd go to a house like on Christmas, and they'd be like, well, my cable box isn't working. So you look at the cable box and there's no clock on it. Okay. So then you go down to the power outlet and you see that they disconnected the cable box to plug in the Christmas tree. And you're like, okay. It was stuff like that on holidays, and it got kind of old real fast. And the company was always like, well, we're not going to roll you out there unless it's like an emergency, like they're completely out of service or their phone's down. Like people got to have their phone. I'm like, I get that. But half the time it was like, well, my remote's not working. Well, the battery is there and backwards. Stuff like that. All right. Part 4. And I probably have like a million cable guy stories I could tell. Splicing freaks one, yeah, they would, yeah, and we'd see that too. Like, I remember going to houses and they'd like steal, like it'd be like a duplex, so they'd steal their neighbor's cable and splice into it. Or you'd go to a house and they'd be like, oh, my TV's all snowy, and you look and the cable line is literally like chewed down to the coax in the middle, and you're like, what happened here? Oh, I let my bunny out to play, and the rabbit chewed the line. Seen that with phone lines too. Alright, we did it. Yeah. Yep, I've seen that. Or the fake Terminator. The Terminator is the thing that you screw onto the coax port up at the tap, which is where the cable lines connect. And it keeps signal from leaking out. But yeah, people figure out a way. And you had to have a special tool in order to put the Terminators on and take them off. Not something you could like go to Menards and buy. People figured out ways around that. I still have like nightmares about that place. Like that's how bad it messed me up. I used to like, so my shift was Sunday through Wednesday, which sucked because Sunday you couldn't do anything because you're working, and then you work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. People are like, well, you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday off, which you do, but Thursday is basically a catch-up day because you're working 10-hour days and you're not getting anything done around the house during the week. And then, Friday's cool, but most of your friends are working Friday. And then Saturday, you can't really do much. Well, you can do stuff, but you can't go like crazy because you got to work on Sunday. I remember used to just go out in my van and like literally cry Sunday morning because it sucked so bad. Like you didn't know what you were doing until the morning of. So that you either had like an iPad or a phone, and then they'd give you your route in the morning. And they had a bunch of techs quit down in Milwaukee, which was the same area, which is about 90 minutes south of here. So instead of making like the management and the supervisors go do the work, they thought it would be cool just to bring techs down from our area. So I would literally turn on my phone in the morning and be like, yeah, I'm going to Milwaukee for the day. It sucked. That was kind of the breaking point. That's like, I had been planning the store for a while. Like I had been buying stuff on Craigslist because that was still a thing back then. And I would, I'd spend $200 on stuff, and I would sell enough to get my money back to buy more stuff, and then I would just save the rest. So I had a closet full of inventory. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like I can't do this cable thing anymore. It was 15 years I did it. It was horrible. 1 bar of health left. So yeah, I do not recommend being a cable guy to anybody. Speedy can probably back me up on that one. Alright, 3 to go. Probably not going to get through it in a half hour. And there goes my axe, which I probably won't get back in this level. Too much talking, I gotta drink some bubbler. Alright, avoid this egg. Done. Yeah, I think this is where we started yesterday, actually. This stuff looks really familiar. See if there's any muscle memory in me. Fish? No, it's on the next area then. Oh yeah, I was gonna explain the clouds. I gotta do that. Okay, when I see one, I will do so. There's only one job I refused to do an install on. I was in a trailer and oh, gross. Yeah, crawling underneath trailers and crawl spaces was something I had completely forgotten about until right now. It's not a good memory. Don't get me wrong, there were some really nice crawl spaces and some really nice trailers though, but generally speaking, they were pretty rough to work with. All right. It's kind of like cut off here, but so you can see the platform I'm standing on. It's got on the very bottom, the hoops. It's the same color as the water. If you look to the one to the right, it's actually darker. It's the same color as the octopus that's right above it. That platform's going to fall. That's how you can tell. Also, the moving platforms have that darker color to them too. Falling. Coyote, boulders, frog, pigs, pretty much everything you might find on a tropical island, right? Oh. No, fish, go away. Crap. Still one more life. My old crawl space, dirt floor, cobwebs. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, some people don't use their basements, and then older houses that are like over 100 years old, like, were not poured. They were usually made out of stone or brick. You see some cool stuff though too. Like, I was in a basement once that had a moat. It's pretty sweet. But if those things were kind of few and far between. It was maybe 2 out of every 10. Oh, fish, go away. That's gonna fall? No, it's gonna go up. Okay. This one's gonna fall though. Burbs. Okay, burbs. That one's gonna fall. Okay. Made it. Yeah, they were awesome. I had, we weren't supposed to accept tips, but I always would if they offered. The coolest tip I ever got was a case of toilet paper. They worked. There's a lot of paper mills around here, especially in Neenah. So the workers usually get discount on product they make. Give me a whole case of toilet paper, and it sounds like it's a stupid tip, but it really wasn't, because then I didn't have to buy toilet paper for like 2 months. And one time, I'll never forget this. It's a good story. It's a funny story. I had a lady, some older lady, like very grandma-esque, let's say. She, I don't remember what I was doing there. I was fixing something probably because I was a service tech at that time, and I was getting ready to leave, and she's like, "Oh, would you like a deviled egg?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I love deviled eggs, right? Who doesn't like deviled eggs?" So she gives me this deviled egg, and I kid you not, it's like this big. It's huge. Like, think of like an extra large egg, and then bigger than that. And I'm like, okay. Like, I've never seen an egg this big, but whatever. So I take like a bite, which was like a mouthful, and it was only half the egg. And I'm like, oh, thanks, you know, as I'm eating it. And she goes, yeah, that's what'd she say? That's a goose egg. Yeah, she gave me a goose egg. Apparently she has like pet geese, and she was eating their eggs. It was kind of gross. I thought it tasted a little off, but I thought it was funny that she told me that like right as I was eating it. If she would have been up front like, oh, do you want a deviled goose egg? I'd probably pass on that. Oh. Wow. Okay. Love it when something works out. Yeah, Cable Guy's stories could be like an entire stream, so I'm not going to get into too much more detail on stuff. Is this going to be skateboard? We don't need a skateboard. I guess we should have got the skateboard. Nice. Yep, I had one that was like a thick plastic. Crap. I was scared that platform was going to fall, so I was like, I'm going to get on it and get off of it really quick. Yeah, when you go down into a crawl space, you want to make sure you have everything you need. You don't want to forget anything, because then you got to go back out of it. Oh, good. Ice. With icicles? Maybe? The frog was going to chase us. Oh. Through that, and I'm like, oh man, what if that's, an eggplant? I think we're just going to go slow here. We've got plenty of health, so... I had trouble with this the first time we played it because there's going to be a springboard coming up. There it is. Oh, there goes that idea. Where you actually have to like set it first and then bounce off of it. I was running at it and then jumping and I'm like, why am I not bouncing anywhere? It's because it wasn't pushed down. So you have to like bounce and then go. You'll see. Pineapple. Where that boulder spawns in on the left side. Here, maybe? Here we go. Just need the frog to move once. Shoot, I thought that was a... Oh, that's right, I forgot we can do this. I thought that was the eggplant egg. right there. It is right there. Oh, how am I supposed to... what am I supposed to do here? Go for it? Let's go for it. Run, Higgins! Run like the wind! Okay, slow down. You probably would have quit. Yeah, this game is, it's up there. No doubt about it. I was not expecting it when I started playing it. I'm like, it can't be that bad. It's pretty bad. Like 7 and 8 are the worst, though. We're not even to the tough parts yet. Now we're off of ice, so it feels weird. Like, not sliding around. I don't know why I picked up the pineapple. We clearly didn't need the pineapple. The goal was right there. Can do eat. Thanks, Glee. Do my best. I think these are meant to be played through really fast, which I'm not doing. I remember them not being overly difficult, but also running out of health. Let's see. Maybe I imagined it. I was gonna say cool checkpoint, but then I realized I don't have any lives, so... So we got the, 3 pegs. I thought there was only 2. Still got the hammers dialed in. For now. Glee with the Prime sub. Aww. Prime sub for doing my best. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Now I feel pressure that I have to do well for you, Glee. 2 hits on the frog. Yeah, 1,200 hours. That's like nothing. That's awesome. Yeah, I had a Sony one. I still have a Sony one. It was bigger than this. It was like 19 inches. This one's only like 15. This one's like 2 years newer, and it's way, way crisper than the Sony one. I even had the Sony one recapped. But it's also not something I want to get rid of, so it sits in my basement, collecting dust. No takesy backsies, Glee. You're stuck with me for the next 30 days, sorry. The only thing I don't like about this JVC PVM is that the inputs are like module. So if you want like an S-Video module, you buy it and you plop it in the back, and it's got like a... It's almost like putting a cartridge in a game system, but this way. This one came with RGB or component, which is cool, but does not have a RCA one. It's just the one inputs on it, so... Like any system I play on it has to have component input or be RGB modded, which is kind of hard on some things, so... Of course, like, since it's like super old now, those things are hard to find, and when they do pop up on the internet, they're like hundreds of dollars. We gotta go. We gotta go! Higgins, we gotta go! Live and learn, yep. Yeah. Those things are crazy heavy. That's the advantage of having lives, is you can just use them at the checkpoints to refill your health. 3 pigs. Yeah, should have known that. 3 little pigs. Ugh. I'm not gaining any ground here. I'm picking up all this fruit and it's not going... Jerk. Well, at least we got a checkpoint. Oh, you're terrible for rendering, even though the 1080p2s, which means they upscale. Ooh. Yeah, I can imagine that would be a little bit rough. I'd like to find, I'm not like actively seeking it, but it can't be an eggplant, right? Okay. I was gonna say we just got past one. That might be, though. Let's sit in and find out. Of course. Of course. Just go, Higgins. We gotta be there. Get out of here, eggplant. Oh, I'm looking for a, like a DVD VCR combo that has component output, which is kind of a rare thing. Apparently they make them where the DVD side of it is component, but the VCR side is not. But there are some out there. I think that would be cool to like do like watches on Discord, like old movies. I don't really go thrifting that much though. So. I would say we should get some fresh lives, but I'm gonna ride this out as long as we can since we have the axe. I hope that wasn't milk. Ooh! Get out of here, pig. Yeah, without this axe, these jumps would be kind of crazy. Let's keep the health up. Coyote coming. Coyote. Come on, one section left. We can do this, right? Come on. My dude. So that was a gamble that paid off really well. Because if we would have died there and lost that hatchet, I probably would have been stuck on that level for like 20 minutes. Since oh, you have 2 of them in a box? That's awesome. You probably need belts. That can be fixed. Right into the ice. And the spikes. And the pigs. I was fighting that boss, and I'm like, man, like, I don't want to screw this up. That's why I was yelling at him to hurry up and die. It felt like he took a ton of hits. Ugh. All the ways to go out. feel like we were just chugging along there, too. That's okay. Made it through that last level, man. I think that had one of those difficult, like, momentum jumps, too. That's a rock. Just should have ran there. I didn't need to jump. Yeah, I'm down in the Fox Cities, so I don't know. Might be a nice day trip or something someday. I've never done like a... Just had to run through there. Messing around again. I've never done like a movie watch on Discord. I think it would be cool to start to do. I mean, we could always do like a... I don't know. I honestly haven't even like looked into the rules about doing things like that. Like I'm assuming I can't just like turn on Tubi and we can watch a movie. Like it's got to be like media I own. I should talk to Vert about that. He'd be a good one. He does that. He always has movies playing on the background of his streams, like Laserdiscs. He's a big Laserdisc guy. There we go. See, that was easy. Yeah, maybe when gas prices go down, that's a good point. Okay. Oh, ah! Oh yeah, here's the springboard that you have to set up. There. Dude, not cool. Maybe we got the checkpoint? I mean, it's on the screen, so they usually give it to us. Yes. Last life, though. No hammer. Bats. Frog. Spike. Frogs. Goal! Nice. I don't really think there's anything we need. We're just gonna leave that egg alone. We already have the hammer. Our life is pretty full. Could be an eggplant, not with the risk. Especially since, yet again, I'm trying to make it through this entire level with one life. Seems to be a reoccurring theme. So much easier jumping on those platforms when they're not ice. Nope, platform's gonna fall. Oh, look at this one sniping. It's too much time here, though. There we go. Yeah. So that platform, there's two short, and then there's a gap between them. So you can't, like, jump up on them, and I remember that as I was falling to my death. So I come to visit the Dells. Yeah. The Dells, Wisconsin Dells. I usually go there once a year. My wife is in HR. She usually has a convention. We end up staying at the Kalahari. But my daughter's getting a little bit older now, and it's not as fun. I still like it, though, because it's like... There's like tourist trap things there. $5 for like a haunted house. Totally like reminds me of childhood, and that's cool. So we almost made it through this with 1 life, which means there should be no problem with 3, right? Still not getting that egg. Slipped off the edge of that platform. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna go for it. Don't waste too much time. Alright, we gotta get this timed right, though. Here we go. Had to be quicker. Not every year with the COVID happened. Oh, that stinks. Oh! We have to do this without the hammer, though. This might be a little bit more of a challenge. Although it was a platforming jump that I missed, so maybe not. We were right there, too, at the end. Oh, yeah. Five more minutes, and then I gotta head to the store. So maybe we can get through this level. Let's see. Birds. Oh, it's okay. We'll get a fresh set of lives. Well, either way, I think I'm surprised we made it as far as we did today. Like, I thought this was gonna be a lot rougher. That's not to say that it might not get worse going forward, but gotta remember to slow down and take those birds out. Yeah, the Dells is a weird place. We always go, like, in the winter, during the slow season. which is fine because it's like an indoor water park, but it's also kind of like not as cool because like a lot of the places aren't open. It's like a tourist town, so. Let's do this. Well, we got past it, but we didn't get any fruit. Maybe an eggplant. Or a skateboard. Or milk. We'll never know. Probably be a hammer this time, I'm thinking. Again, just easier to jump past those guys than try to take them out. I think I would have learned my lesson last time. Oh. Dude! Come on! Get out of here! Then all of a sudden I can hit them both with no issues. Alright, one more section. Bats. Bats! Green Pen, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, I got one more try in me for the day, and then we're going to have to pick this up tomorrow. We'll finish this up tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed, and then we'll start Guardian Legend. And, yeah, that'll be a plan. I don't think I need to play through this game again. Birds knew they were coming, didn't do anything about it. So now we're down a life. Right, you know what we're gonna do? Oh, I can't. Let's continue again. Remember to take out the birds this time. And we'll have a little more better odds at the end of getting through this level. We'll have an extra life. Assuming I don't do something stupid to screw it up. Like that. We're gonna try it again with a continue. Slow it down a little bit here. At least we got to a checkpoint. Keep forgetting it's easier just to leave the snakes alone than try to take them out. Forget about the frogs. I have to take that one out. I don't know if I can jump over it. Maybe. I think that's right where I died last time, too. Birds and bats. Fun. Now let's do it without a hammer. Did I not die there or there? Wow. Dude. What am I supposed to do here? Alright. Save state. Pause the